Focus report coming today from our team based in Afghanistan. The run-up to this weekend's presidential election has again been marred by violence. A Taliban suicide bomber killing at least 6 policemen outside the Interior Ministry in Kabul. Now, violence is not the only thing threatening to disrupt the poll. Afghanistan has the world's largest refugee population, with as many as 3 million people displaced and unable to cast a vote. Our correspondents Taha Siddiqui and Aftab Ahmad have crossed the border into Pakistan to find out how people living in camps there feel. They found some hope for the future, but also a sense that refugees' voices have been forgotten.
Of the more than 1.5 million Afghan refugees in Pakistan, most live in slums like this, close to the Afghan border. With little to survive, they face an uncertain future. But with fresh presidential elections approaching, Afghans have renewed hope. The girls studying at this school outside of Peshawar hope to one day return home to a peaceful and democratic Afghanistan.
I want to grow up and become a teacher so that I can go back to my country and educate others, and the women in our country can progress.
Little do these girls know, though, that back home the Afghan leadership is considering working with the Taliban after the West pulls out. The teachers are afraid that allowing the Taliban an active role in public life could signal the end of the freedoms they enjoy today.
The times of the Taliban were tough. They were cruel and didn't care about our rights. If they come back to power, as being discussed, it will be difficult for us women.
The men in this camp are concerned too. Though the upcoming election is much discussed by the refugees in Pakistan, they'll have no say in how it turns out.
Whoever comes to power, they should think about helping the refugees.
Yes, they should help us. Right now, we're all very concerned. We've lost all hope.
Yes. Don't they need our votes? No one has even contacted our refugee communities here in Pakistan.
The Afghan government says it lacks resources to provide the means for those living abroad to cast their votes. Millions of Afghan refugees living in Pakistan feel excluded from what could be a momentous time in their country.
This time, they haven't even set up polling stations in Pakistan, unlike last time. We are being denied our rights to vote, which is disappointing. We are refugees, but we're still Afghans. Our votes should matter.
Sidelined by their own government, refugees are often viewed with suspicion in their adopted country. The Pakistani government has blamed Afghans for terrorism here.
We're often accused of being Taliban or hiding terrorists or Arab fighters, but those are just lies. You can see for yourself in our village.
This group of refugees has so far not been targeted, but others are not so lucky. In the capital Islamabad, a recent terrorist attack on a local court complex led to a crackdown against Afghan refugees in the city and to evictions. Fazal Shah, a local from this Afghan slum in the suburbs of Islamabad, is gathering support to legally challenge the eviction orders.
I'm in touch with UNHCR. Don't worry about anything, okay? I'm in touch with all the higher-ups and will not let anyone be evicted, okay?
Izzatullah was born in Pakistan and is legally entitled to stay in Islamabad in this Afghan quarter. It was established in the 80s for refugee families like his, who escaped during the war against the Soviet Union. Today, he considers Pakistan his home, but even after 30 years, he feels like an outsider.
This is the card that I have. It's the refugee card that authorizes me to stay here in Pakistan, and the government requires me to renew it often. But I'd like to have Pakistani citizenship. It'd be so much better. We should be treated as equal. We're all Muslim, and many of us are from the same ethnic background, so why not accept us?
As Afghans go to vote this week, observers say the latest spate of Taliban attacks has fueled concerns for the country's future. For refugees in Pakistan, returning to a peaceful home remains a distant dream.
All right, sports now, with more on last night's clash of the millionaires in the Champions